Brenton, and welcome to Brenton's Question of the Week. Questions that collectors think about but don't always ask. So last week's question, how do you feel about collectible maintenance? And here are some of the responses from the community. Buckfang said, depending on how much I like the piece, I think it is worth it. But like you say, I want low maintenance. So far, the pieces that require the most maintenance, like silicone bust, the maintenance maximize the lifespan of the collectible, but you don't actually have to do the maintenance steps that often. For me, I see it as the same amount of effort that goes into dusting my display. I would draw the line at a collectible that requires some form of recurring monetary investment to maintain it. Mojo Potato said, to be honest, I'm kind of getting a little burned out from the maintenance part of statue collecting. All my 1/6 Bowens and Kotobukiya statues are behind glass, so I only dust them every 3 months. But my 1/4 scale Sideshow and XM statues are out in the open, so I actually dust them once a week. I figure I spent so much money on them, I'll be damned if I'm going to let a little dust ruin them. I usually do a section of my collection at a time for about 30 minutes to an hour. That way I'm not too overwhelmed by spending 3 hours dusting all of them at once. Maybe I should cut back to every other week or once a month. Knight said, me, low maintenance is a resin, no mixed media, and under glass. Maybe clean once every 3 months, and I just clean to make me happy. So thank you all for the great responses. And this week I've been thinking about what is the best scale to collect horror figures in. So I'm thinking about getting into a horror collection, and I feel like statue-wise, I don't want to go 1/3, and there isn't enough variety in 1/4. So I'm thinking just going into figures. So I've been looking around at some of the figures, and I know Hot Toy has tackled some horror stuff, but it doesn't seem like a ton. Sideshow has done actually better in 1/6 scale than Hot Toys has. So that looks promising, and I don't know what they're going on the secondary market or how expensive some of those figures may be. But then when you start to look at the 1/12, you have NECA, who's done a ton of horror stuff. They've probably give the most variety of any brand out there when it comes to figures for horror movies. And then there's also Mezco that's done a lot of very cool stuff. And they might beat out NECA, in the looks department. But then you're also paying, twice to 3 times as much in cost for a single figure. So I'm just trying to get your guys' opinions for those that collect horror figures. Kind of what scale is the best to go, where you get, good quality at the best price. So thank you everyone for watching. Please feel free to answer in the comments and come back next week to hear what other collectors had to say and for another hard-hitting question.